We very seldom see DJs with your stature and popularity in this town. What went wrong? Why have we lost so much ground in the Netherlands to cities like Frankfurt and Berlin?
I'm not sure about that, to be honest, because I think right now in Holland is a very strong scene, and you have since the last 3 years very interesting new talents coming out from Holland, labels, producers, DJs. And on the other hand, you have the most famous DJs in the world. Talk about Tiesto and Armin van Buuren and so many others. I think Holland has, for me, always had this special. It was always for me the unique country for dance music, because you always had this bridge to England, and you had. I think there's no other country in Europe in that size who has so many festivals in the summer, and also so many kinds of different genres, from hardcore to rock to name it, they're all here, the festivals. So I think for me it's a very special place, and especially dance, Amsterdam dance event. I think in the moment, for me, it is one of the most important conferences in electronic music.
Yeah. Have you done any business here in the last couple of days? Or?
Yeah, my team, I had from my company, one from my label, and one more or less the art director, and I'm going to start more like a digital label now, and the guy who's taking care of that, Patrick, he was also here, so they were joining the panels, and they were doing a lot of contacts. I'm just releasing a record from a really new newcomer from Holland. His name is Egbert, and I think this is going to be the new super talent from Holland, and I'm going to sign him hopefully. So he's coming tonight, and so we were my colleagues too.
You are obviously, in the first place, you are an artist, but you are a businessman as well. How do you manage your businesses, and how do you manage to also still be creative? Because business also means worries. Employees means worries. I know this by experience.
Well, in the beginning, I'm coming from the dance floor, then I became a DJ, suddenly I became a pop star, then I became a remixer and an executive producer. Then when in the year of 24, I started my own nightclub. The Omen Club in Frankfurt. I was running this club 10 years, but I have to say I had always partners on my side who were taking care of the business. I was always taking care of the art direction and the programming, and I was, which in Germany we say the Frontsau, which means the front man, and because I always needed to have my space for my creativity. But in the process of doing all this since 30 years now, I've learned by my instincts and logically the right steps to do for running a business. In the year of 1998, I decided to quit everything. I closed the one club, I quit my old record company, and I decided to start everything new with my dream I had for many years, and I named my company Cocoon. And this was the start. This is now 10 years ago, and from that point on, I said to myself, now I do everything by my own.
Yeah, and now it's a huge success. But just to come back to the importance of electronic music in Germany, you were, and probably still are, an ambassador to the Goethe Institute.
That's true, that's right, yes.
That is a huge recognition, isn't it?
Well, it is, but I think if you look back into the 60s, we German have this Deutsche Elektronische Schule, with people like Tangerine Dream and Eberhard Schöner and Kraftwerk and people like this who are doing more like experimental stuff already in the early days with ambient and krautrock and how you want to call it. And so we have kind of a tradition and a cultural, we were growing up with this.
What does it mean to be an ambassador of the Goethe Institute?
Well, to be honest, to meet all these people in foreign countries is actually quite boring, because
that's a bit of a boring image as well.
Yeah, but it is interesting in a way that when I play in Singapore, Mexico City, or in Australia or Tokyo, because there are students and people who are interested in German culture, and if they get in touch with youth culture, music culture, you meet some interesting people, and for this I think this is a good thing, and at least the people getting to know that the German people can dance.
You've been in the industry now for 30 years, you just mentioned, so you started at the age of 2.
Thank you.
But some people call you Papa Vath.
Yes, I know.
So that is, a father has a certain responsibility.
Yes.
Do you feel any responsibility for this industry?
I do. And I still see my work and my mission as an education part in our society. And very strongly, I'm a father. I'm a real father as well. My daughter is 20 years old, and
does she go to your parties?
Yes, sure. My whole family is. My mother, my whole family is raving when I'm playing. Believe it or not, it is like this.
And your mother is only 40.
My mother is only 40. And no, I think for me it was never just playing music and riding my ego trip and play the records I like. I'm having a quite strong relation to my crowd, and I'm talking with my people about drugs. I'm talking with my people about things what I think which is a little bit out of balance in the past years. What kind? If you watch the scene as close as I do, you see sometimes things coming up. You think, why is this? And this is strange. Yeah, drugs. Drugs is a big issue.
I was interviewed on another TV program a number of months ago, and someone asked me that question, and I said, nowadays we can listen to the music that Jimi Hendrix played without thinking about LSD. I hope that one day there will be a day where people can enjoy electronic music, house music, techno music without thinking about ecstasy or any other drug.
I think it is already happening, but still it's when you are young, you want to experience something crazy, you want to go out. It doesn't have really something to do with electronic music. It's just happening on the street and everywhere, in every country in the world. And the opportunities they have today, what they mix together to getting high, is just ridiculous. Yeah.
But how do you stay healthy in this industry? Because other than drugs and alcoholic drinks, you also lead a life of airplanes, ridiculous working hours in the middle of the night. How do you stay healthy?
First of all, I think my source is my heart, and that I really love what I do. That keeps me really fit mentally and physically. I'm doing sports, I'm working out, and I'm having my breaks in the year. For instance, in the moment, just got back 10 days ago from my cure. I'm doing after the summer season. I'm a big fan of Ayurvedic philosophy, and I'm doing every year a Panchakarma therapy, which is like a detox, a cleansing, which is if you can do it in 10 days or 2 weeks or 3 or 4 weeks. I do it in 10 days because I'm doing it since 15 years now.
And during those days you don't work?
I don't work, and when I come back, then I'm the period now. I don't drink alcohol now for next 4 months, and I'm only eat vegetarian, and I'm trying to go not too late to sleep. For instance, I'm playing shorter sets, not like in the summer. In the summer